And now for your weekly dose of metal. Here are your hosts, Morgan Danielle and Luco Blaze on The Metal Experience.
Dun, dun, dun.
Woo! We just heard Endgame, that was one last time, and Desona, that was Inverted Swarm. We're doing this 2 times, guys. The guys here know what we're talking about. You don't. You guys are in on the little secret. Someone just rip ass over there?
No, it's the Patron shot. It's really strong.
Oh, nice.
I can smell it
I
with
am
my
Luco-
soul.
With my soul.
So
I am Luco Blaze with Morgan Danielle, and tonight, the hairless chin of knowledge is back with us. Derek,
Yo.
he has been on hiatus for the last couple of 2 months, but now he's back with us tonight. Special treat, and he's got his beverages with him. So
Beaver Ages.
Beaver Ages. So for their second time, we have on with us tonight the most of me. Why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves again?
Reintroduce yourself.
Reintroduce yourselves, and what you do in the band.
I'm
Don't
Ian.
know.
I play bass.
Ha.
What's up, man?
Derek, I do vocals.
Hi, Derek.
Hi, Derek.
Morgan, and I play guitar.
Hi, Morgan.
I'm Billy. I play drums.
Hi, Billy.
He actually
Fuck
plays
Billy.
xylophone, but
Whoa,
Thank
what?
you
Why are you guys
for
giving
coming
hard
again
time to
on
Billy
our
over
show.
here?
We really do appreciate you driving.
It's because I'm the new guy.
Because you're
The new guy.
So let's jump right into it. The last time that you guys were on was back in January of this year, and since then you guys actually released an EP.
It sucks.
It
Don't check it out.
sucks. Okay. Well, I still want to talk about it. So tell us a little bit about what is it titled, where can people find it, and everything about the Quantum EP.
yeah. So last year we were talking about how we're going to be debuting our new EP Quantum, and we played a new song called Bloom and Tao, and we released our EP back in June, and yeah,
Hell yeah! How many songs are on Quantum?
5.
5 songs. And Morgan, I really thought when you were like, and getting right into this, I thought you were gonna be like, Bill, you have a Creed tattoo.
No, I was not going to touch on that first, but if that's what you want to discuss,
Absolutely. So, Bill, you're the new guy.
you are.
And
Yeah, I
you,
am.
You also have featured on your left arm a Creed tattoo. Please do explain.
All right. So about 4 years ago, my dad passed away, and that was one of his favorite bands. And I got a memorial tattoo with Creed lyrics. 'Cause that's one of my favorite bands too. I ended up meeting Scott Stapp like last year, and I asked him to sign it, and then I got it inked in the next day because I thought it'd be like a good tribute to it.
That's
To my
pretty
dad.
sweet. Scott Stapp. And what are the lyrics tattooed on your arm? You said you had lyrics tattooed, right?
Yeah.
What were the lyrics to what song?
The top says, my heart is tattooed on my sleeve, and that's from a song called On My Sleeve. And then the bottom one says, just give love to all, and that's from a song called Lullaby.
Badass Creed. We should play some Creed tonight, Morgan.
With arms wide open. With open.
I don't have the copyrights to that. and
Okay,
Scott's
okay.
just looking for money, and I can't afford
Okay,
whatever he'll charge
Morgan.
us.
Buzzkill.
We can be a Creed tribute band tonight if you
We
need us
should
to
be a. You got yeah. Can I join?
The
you
most
guys
of
looking?
Creed.
The most of Creed. Very cool. So, moving on, Bill, the new guy. When did you join the band?
New old guy.
I joined the band in January of this year.
Okay.
So right after we left, he
Right after you
joined.
left, like, Bill, come on, play drum. How did you guys find Bill? How did that happen?
It was literally one night. I sent about like 4 videos, and I auditioned the next day, and I was in, even though some of the guys were not for it.
Me. Just being
The
real.
therapy session will come later. For right now, we'll just continue this.
Yeah, it came at kind of an awkward time because it was we had Leo as our primary drummer, and he ended up quitting on us. Like, kind of, it was actually shortly after we did the show with you guys. So
What
it
a
was-
jerk.
It was kind of a weird situation. Yeah, we had to cancel a show, and so basically, Billy happened to be one of the guys that had hit us up a while back before Leo had actually been the drummer, and he had asked about playing for us, so he was kind of our go-to guy at that point to try out. And yeah, he sent us some videos of of him playing the songs, and looked solid, so we tried him out, and it's basically been all downhill from there.
Actually, it's been uphill.
Yeah, uphill, I guess, but
We aren't
easy
newfound
going.
glory.
So then, Quantum, you said was released in June. That's with this lineup.
Correct. Yeah. Leo had recorded some drums, and then Billy ended up coming in and re-recording, and then recording the rest of it with us.
Now, did you change much of anything, Billy, or just kind of had your old little style on there? Your little...
You know, I'll say this. I thought Leo was a great drummer, but I just re-recorded the song so there wouldn't be like multiple drumming styles on one CD, and that's no offense to him, but that's just the way it ended up working out. It went pretty well.
Fuck yeah.
Where
Fuck
was
yeah.
Quantum EP recorded at?
In Beloit with our friends from a band called Growing. They have their own little in-house studio.
Nice.
So, yeah, we're really close with those guys.
Beloit.
Beloit.
We've heard good things about the band Growing.
Yeah, Growing's
Still need
sick.
to get them on.
Yeah, they're cool dudes.
Have you heard good things about the town of Beloit,
Beloit.
Morgan?
What?
Have
Beloit
you?
sucks. The only thing
Yes.
that's good there is growing.
And this hot dog
driven
place.
through that place.
If you're in Beloit, check out
Primetime Pizza.
Primetime Pizza.
Woo woo.
Or just check out growing.
Or just check out Growing. Growing, where are you?
You guys should feature growing on here. Why isn't
Morgan.
that
I've
happening
been
yet?
Shrinking.
trying to contact them. They're very busy people.
Yeah,
Their
they are.
people will contact my people, a.k.a. me, when they're ready.
That's what they told you? Like,
No,
yo,
we're just
we'll contact you when we're ready.
Conflicting schedules right now. We've reached out. We'll get there. We'll get
Okay.
there.
Looking
okay.
forward to it.
So how long did the Quantum EP take to finish?
It took quite a bit of
Over
time.
a year.
It took quite a bit of time because I was working, so I couldn't come in and do anything. Everyone was just working. It was like really bad.
I want to say we started recording the EP in, I want to say November of last year, and finished it by shortly after we came on with you guys. So it was a couple months. We had to go back in, and one of the things was I had an issue with was we had some tuning issues with my guitar for the first track, so we had to go back and re-record everything. And then obviously with Leo quitting and bringing in Billy, he had to re-record all the drums. So it took longer, but I would say it was about like 3 or 4 months, whole thing.
Well, I really want to hear
I do
something
too.
off the new CD. What you said there's 5 songs, and you guys have already played Quantum. So tonight you're bringing like a different version of the song with different drums, right?
Yeah, so
just the EP.
we played Blue Mentality here last time, and I don't
That's-
think
oh,
that
that's
was.
what I'm sorry, Blue Mentality, yeah.
It wasn't. I don't think it was totally finished and mixed. It actually had Leo's drums on it last time, so it might sound a little bit different. And I think some like sample stuff got added to it, so it might be a little bit different.
All right. Well, what song do you guys want to open up with?
Absolution.
Absolution. All right. Well, let's do it. Absolution. Ian, what a character. Absolution of the Quantum CD, EP?
EP.
EP?
EP.
All right.
EP.
Let's do it.
It's just that simpler than simple. Sometimes we overuse the intellectual faculties, which are only meant to take you up to the seeing, and thereby they say goodbye. We've served you enough, they will go. You're simply here. All this knowledge that we acquire called spiritual knowledge is only a mirror for the timeless to see itself.
What's up, everybody? This is Tom. This is Mike.
This is Greg.
This is John.
This is Dean. We are Endgame.
And you are listening to The Metal Experience, the most fucking metal radio show on the dial.
We are back. I am Morgan Danielle with Luco Blaze, the chin hairless knowledge person, Derek.
And
Chin hair
Ian
of
Holmes and the most of me.
We are here with the most of me, and that was a track off the Quantum EP that was released in June, and that track was called Absolution, and it was absolutely fantastic.
I do want to know where the quote came from, or that quote in the end came from. The sample.
It's actually part of our other sample in our song called Everlasting Part 2 at the end. It's actually a guy named Alan Watts talking.
Okay.
Nice. Now, what is Absolution about?
Absolution, I always say it live. It's probably like one of the most meaningful songs I wrote because it kind of talks about like inner struggle and like part of the song where it says like a life of no meaning, just mere existence. Just kind of like sometimes I feel like people get stuck in an ebb and they don't kind of come out of it. They just get stuck and go with the flow of life instead of making the most out of their life.
Now, with the Quantum EP as a whole, did you kind of keep it around that same basic meaning, or does each song hold a different individual story?
I think they all kind of tie in together. Like, what I tried to do with it was kind of like have it be a walkthrough of like spiritual progression and like understanding in life. And I guess Absolution kind of is thrown in at a weird time for that. But it kind of talks about, finding a higher meaning.
I'd say the only song that doesn't really fit in is Blue Mentality.
Yeah.
But that was kind of like a single that we wrote before we really started writing the rest of the EP.
It makes sense, though, to just have that one song that kind of sets apart. I mean, everybody knows that song ahead of time then, and you've got 4 other songs that they want to check out because of it.
Right, it's a good opener.
Absolutely. So let's discuss, you guys had a lot of stories about what you've been up to in the past few months, including you guys have had some pretty big opportunities show-wise. What's been your favorite? What's been happening?
I'm pretty sure our first show of the year that we played, was we opened for Attila.
It was at the Apollo in Belvedere, and we got on the show 9 days before the show, and we sold like over 30 tickets, almost 40.
Holy shit.
Damn.
Attila's sick, man.
I think that was probably my favorite show of the year, probably.
You're badass.
Now, that show, too, was that one that they had just a random person drumming for them? Wasn't that the tour that their drummer kind of dropped off on?
Yeah, that was that tour. Their drummer actually quit right before that tour, so they had another dude drumming for them. Sounded solid to me, so.
Now, what was that response like for you guys playing in front of their audience? How were you?
It was amazing. We sold a lot of merchandise that night. We sold CDs. We made a lot of new friends and fans, so we can't ask for better.
Yeah,
we
pretty
appreciate
sure
it.
we played in front of 100+ people
Wow.
that night, so it was pretty lit.
It was a Wednesday night, and we were just wondering if Attila's crowd was going to show up for the local support, but they did, and that's what music's all about.
Were you guys like the first band playing, or like one of the first few?
Yeah, we were the first band.
And that's pretty good crowd response if you guys had already 100 plus people already in the venue, like as the doors already open.
Well, a lot of people had like meet and greets too, so they had to be there.
Nice. That's awesome.
They didn't have to be
You
there.
guys
They
had
were
a-
there for you guys.
You guys had a couple other bigger shows too after that one, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember any of our shows. I've had a lot of alcohol consumption this year, so brain cells. I don't remember shit.
I mean, just to name a couple that stick out in my mind, we played with Dope and Coma Christ again at the Apollo Theater, and we also played with the Color Morale at Murphy's. That was kind of a last minute thing. They were
One
playing,
day before.
They were playing at Murphy's, and they actually had a full it was them and another band that was playing. But that band ended up dropping last minute, and Justin Heiser, the owner of Murphy's, actually hit us up last minute and asked us if we were willing to play. So that was pretty cool that we got asked. So we were really grateful for that one.
Didn't you guys get complimented by the Color Morale too for playing that?
We did. They really enjoyed our set, and actually a funny story. We were in the middle of playing our song Reflections, and we were in one of the breakdowns, and Ian knocked over my cymbal, and I didn't know this, but the Color Morale's drummer was standing right behind me watching the entire set, so I didn't know he was watching us until he got up on stage and picked up my cymbal for me while I was playing.
That's pretty sweet.
I just didn't know. I was like, really happy that like bands of that level appreciate like their openers, and they're not like trying to hide themselves. Like the whole band was watching us. It was great.
Well, they're also local boys, right? They're out by you guys.
Yeah, they're from Rockford.
They're from
Yeah.
Rockford.
So that's pretty awesome.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
I actually met their lead singer Garrett at a bar. When I
What?
came to play with them, he remembered me, so it was kind of like,
Nice.
hey.
You know what's funny too is you guys were talking about the Dope touring. You were talking about possibly coming to see them at Apollo, or you were talking about them playing at Apollo. So
Yeah.
it's kind of funny that we actually got on that show, because the last show we were here, you guys were talking about that.
Nice. Yeah, that was one of those shows that they even came through out here not too long after with Head PE and played in Arlington Heights. They've been touring a lot. And you guys also had some decent local shows happening too that you guys were playing this past few months.
Yeah, we just played in our hometown of Rockford with So-Called Saints, The Fallen Few, and Gray Skies Above. We love playing in our hometown because every time we play there, the shows get bigger and bigger, and we gain a lot of new friends and fans, and we really appreciate it.
Shout out to Gray Skies Above, by the way. They played their last show that they just that we just played with them.
What?
So, yeah,
Yeah,
that
they
was their
broke
last
up.
show.
What?
Yeah,
Oh my God. Those guys are awesome.
some
I'm
of our
sad.
best friends.
Shout
Yeah.
out to them.
Oh man, that's unfortunate. Good guys.
Yeah.
Good guys. They were on actually earlier this year too. What do you think is your favorite venue? Anywhere that you guys have played so far? Individually.
Are we each saying our favorite
Yeah.
venue?
Individually, what do you think is the best place that you guys have played?
The Apollo Theater.
I would say I really like playing at the Annex in Madison. The sound system there is really nice, and the sound guy is really awesome.
Yeah, I have to agree with Morgan on that one probably. I also like playing weird, I think we talked about it last time, but I really like playing weird like house shows and just doing like weird shit like hanging off the ceiling and jumping off shit. So I kind of like any weird kind of venue like that.
I'd have to go with Derek on that. Both the Annex and house shows. Like, the Annex has superb sound. Sounds great. Their sound guide levels everything perfect. But then house shows, you can just go nuts. No one really cares if you sound like shit or not. As long as everyone's having fun, I'm having fun.
I'd like to throw in there our tour kickoff next month is actually a house show in Sheboygan, Wisconsin.
Is it really?
Sheboygan.
Wait. Is it really?
Yes, it is.
It's at a house show?
Yes.
Oh, that's lit.
How did you get a house show in Sheboygan?
Yeah, how did we? What?
Our friends in Reaching Everest, who we're touring with, their vocalist AJ, booked the show.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
I'm going to be really drunk.
Whose house is it?
I'm not too sure whose house it is, but it's...
Does it matter whose house
You're
it
just
is?
showing up to party.
They call it the PMA basement. This band called Dishonored plays there, and it's going to be their last show, actually. Saturday, October 28th.
Nice. That's really exciting. Now, you mentioned just now a tour. How long are you guys going on tour for?
It's going to be October 27th to November 6th.
It's pretty much 4 days break and then another 4 days.
Yeah.
Okay. And where are you guys touring to? The furthest place?
The
Ohio.
furthest place, yeah, Toledo, Ohio, at the New Longhorn Saloon.
Take Greg with you, and it'll be a free ride for him.
Yes.
He'll be in your trunk.
As long as you bring more free donuts.
He'll bring the donuts. You provide the transportation. Take him to Toledo, Ohio, earlier than he
Yes.
wanted to be.
Sounds fair.
And then, where are the
Penis.
other places that you guys are playing at? You said Toledo, and then
We're doing Rocha's Waterfront in Whitewater, Wisconsin on October 29th. October 30th, Cedar Falls, Iowa at Octopus College Hill.
Octopus College Hill.
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
We're
All right,
doing
Billy, you don't have to name off every individual. I mean, we're playing.
He can.
We're playing.
I'm really impressed that he can do this off the
Nah.
top of his head.
I'm impressed by the names of these places.
Fuck Big Willie.
We're playing at Whiskey's in Rockford on November 4th, the House Cafe in DeKalb on November 5th.
Why do
and
you know all of this?
Lake Geneva at Thumbs Up
Somebody's
on
got to.
November 6th.
Not me.
No.
Ian, it's okay. You're drinking.
I couldn't do this sober.
Well, thank you for that informative list. Let's play another track. Ian, what track do you want to hear? Because you didn't want to play Absolution first.
My favorite is Quantum.
You want to play Quantum.
I want to play Quantum.
And why do you like Quantum as your favorite
Quantum?
song?
Personally, I get my own personal vocal part to it, which is really
Oh,
fun.
that's
Instrumentally, it's really fun to play, fun breakdown in it. It's just, I can move and have fun. People like it. I like it.
And who
People like
features
it.
on this one?
Mike Bliss, X the Levitated. Check out his solo project. Check out his YouTube channel, Mike Bliss.
One of our
He's
good
an
friends.
awesome guy.
All right, well, here we go. It's Ian's pick from The Most of Me. This is Quantum off the Quantum E EP.
I expect that type of language at Denny's, but not here. Well, that's too freaking bad. You hear me?
Because we're throwing it back to Morgan and Luco on the Metal Experience.
All right, and we're back. That was the song Quantum off the Quantum EP.
The titular track.
And I do got to say, that track was another tasty, tasty jam.
Tasty.
It's a real good tune.
I do say so, yes.
Yeah.
It
do
was
say
tasty.
It was quite good. It was quite good, yes.
Well,
It was
it is
tasty.
about that time. Are you ready, bro?
No.
Time to sit back and relax and listen to the one that the metal gods themselves gave us. It's time for the heaviest of them all, the chin hair of knowledge.
All right. So I haven't been here for a while.
And we have missed your presence. Grace us with your knowledge.
I had to go recent stuff. I'm not going to go back months.
That's okay. We want current
So
and up to date. So what you got?
Luco.
You know I want to hear tour news first.
Okay. So Clutch U.S. tour, U.S. tour with Devin Townsend Project
Oh,
and
God.
The Obsessed as support.
Devin Townsend is just so
No
good.
Chicago date,
What?
but December 15th they'll be at Peoria at the Limelight Eventplex.
Devin Townsend, come closer to me.
So yes.
Okay.
And then Hatebreed have announced their support acts for the 20 Years of Desire, 15 Years of Perseverance tour. And the bands are Dying Fetus, Code Orange, and Twitching Tongues.
Twitching Tongues.
December 3rd at the Metro.
Okay.
And then Architects will be touring the U.S. in 2018 with
Yeah.
Stick to Your Guns
Rock and roll.
and Counterparts.
there.
And February 22nd at the House of Blues or February 23rd at the Rave in Milwaukee if interested. And then Suicide Silence, 10th anniversary of The Cleansing with Slaughter to Prevail in Prison. And it's
Boo.
November 25th at the Portage Theater.
Funny story about that. The Portage Theater is actually right across the street where the Metal Experience used to record at.
Originally.
Original spot.
Way back in the day.
That's our old neighborhood.
That's
By the
our
way,
old stomping ground.
shout out to Prison too because they're completely unsigned and they're completely DIY and they got on that tour. So that's
badass.
DUII.
DIY.
Driving under the influence
DIY.
yourself.
Who's driving you guys back to Rockford tonight?
DUIY?
I believe you guys are giving us a ride, right?
Whoa.
Morgan.
That was the plan.
Hooking them up.
Billy,
All right.
you're up.
That's it with my tour news.
Okay. You got some random news?
Yes. If you have $50,000 lying around and a big fan of the band Kiss,
Oh my God! Here we
Oh
go.
my
Those
Gene
Jews.
Siemens will personally deliver his unreleased
Of
solo
course he
material
will.
box set to your house.
That's stupid.
For 50 grand?
He's
Does
gonna
anybody
just
even
take
like
his
Kiss anymore?
private jet to
and
you.
he will hang out with you and 25 of your closest friends
Oh my
Does
gosh.
anyone even like Gene
for
Simmons
2
anymore?
hours.
For 2 hours?
I personally want to say this. Fuck Kiss, because I was playing Rock Band on my Xbox 360. Detroit Rock City gave me the red rings of death, had to buy a whole new Xbox 360.
Oh.
Therefore,
Oh my God.
fuck Kiss.
2 hours with
So,
Gene Simmons.
who has 25 friends? I don't have 25. 25
You do
friends?
have 25 friends,
I
Luco.
have quite a bit of friends.
Yeah, but you got 50 grand
No
lying
one
around
has
that you want to
50
hang out
grand.
with Gene Simmons
you
for 2
have
hours.
better things to spend on, and those people that are paying $50,000
When you sell a lot of
wake
coke,
the
you have a
fuck
lot of
up.
money.
All right, anyway, continue.
And then some unfortunate news as of last week. It was revealed that the Polish death metal band Decapitated was arrested on kidnapping charges
I just seen about that, yeah.
from their Spokane, Washington show on the 31st. And now with more court documents being released as of today, it states that now all 4 band members are now accused of gang raping the woman.
Jeez.
2 of the members have admitted to engaging in sex with the woman on the bus.
Oh my God.
One has given DNA samples. The other one refused. And they're all 4 members are held on each 100 grand. So the band's being held on 400 grand
Jesus Christ.
and are being waited to be extradited from California to Washington two-faced charges, and
Well, there goes decapitated ever playing the U.S. again.
who knows what will happen, because if they get found guilty, they might have to do prison time and everything
But
else
that
in the
means
States.
that they get sent back to Poland after that, and they can't come back to the United States. They get their visas revoked. And that sucks. Unfortunately, they are really talented, but
Yeah.
that's either she's lying and
they actually she went to the woman in question went to the doctor, and she actually had bruises,
Oh.
which actually resembled being restrained, and also bruises related to another one of the testimonies too. So it does. So far, right now, it does not look good for decapitated.
Doesn't sound good. I didn't hear that much of it. I was just reading on it on I think it was Alt Press earlier today actually.
that's brutal.
Yeah,
So-
it was more information was released
Well, that's
like a
true.
few hours ago.
I've totally lost all respect for that band.
But-
That's disgusting.
I mean, it seems like this band can't actually I mean, because a few years ago with the bus crash, killed the drummer, put the singer in a coma, and everything else. And now with all this stuff, they seem to have a bunch of stuff that keeps following them. So
All right, well, let's go to happier news now. Let's get off that topic. What do you got, Derek?
that's it with random news.
So you brought us a band.
I
We've
did.
missed your picks. So what did you bring for us this week?
Well, I brought something completely different than what I'm normally used to bringing.
Yes, because you've been going through a phase. The backwards phase.
Yes,
It's
the
not a
backwards
phase, it's a lifestyle.
Oh, I'm not going back into like the old school new wave of British heavy metal and like the stuff from the 70s
Oh.
and
Never mind.
so the band I got tonight's the band called Saxon
Saxon.
from South Yorkshire, England,
Oh, boy.
from 1978. The song is called Power and Glory, off the album of the same name.
All right.
The titular track off that album.
Enjoy some old
Best song
school
off the album.
metal. A pick from the Chin Hair Knowledge. Here is Saxon.
Need a battle, I follow the sound of the gun.
What up?
It's Nate from Silent Truth.
This is John from The Silent Truth.
This is Justin from The Silent Truth.
Yeah, and you're listening to the Metal Experience.
Okay. That was
Some motherfucking Saxon.
yes. With the song "Power and the Glory."
Power in the glory.
Power and the glory.
Power and the glory. And
the glory. Yes.
And the glory.
It's a good song.
Oh my goodness.
It's a good song.
I'm all goofy on donuts.
He's loopy. For
We
the
got donuts. We are rocking out here with the Metal Experience, and we are still rocking. We just listen to some Saxon, kicking ass with the most of me. These guys are flicking each other off. You guys are
The
having
least
a
of
good
us.
time. The least of us. Drinking some Koronskis, eating some donut skis. Now, you guys said you had a music video for one of the songs, right?
Yes, that's correct. Blue Mentality.
And the music video that was done after you guys had come on the show, correct?
Yes.
So what's the whole concept of the music video? Give me the dirty details and where everyone can see it.
Yeah, so we basically won this music video a little while back at a Battle of the Bands in Plano, Illinois, at this place called the Brick Lounge, with the owners. So we won the Battle of the Bands, and then it kind of got delayed for a while. The music video just was kind of on and off, and we eventually just kind of got it finished and wanted to get it out there. So it doesn't have like a huge concept. It's more of like a live video for us. We had some friends out, and we just kind of had a good time, had a couple drinks, and chilled, and shot a music video for the first
The
time.
actors bailed on us, so
What a bunch of joiks.
we kind of just had to go with the live shots, which was okay.
All right. Where can everyone find that too?
Wherever they like. It's on YouTube. It's on our Facebook
Yeah,
page.
YouTube and Facebook.
And then was it just you guys a live video and you're supposed to have a concept going on behind it, or?
Yeah, like I said, I had a concept for it, and it just kind of fell apart because of actors and timing, and we were just kind of ready to get it out there, so we just kind of got it out there.
Just did the live video, and then who recorded the video for you guys?
It was the owner. So there's two owners of the Brick Lounge, Jimmy and Dan does videography and stuff, so he shot it for us for free.
KSF Studios.
Yeah,
Shout out to
KSF.
them.
Woo woo. Well, we haven't played that song yet tonight, have we?
No, we have not.
Why don't we go ahead and play the newer version of that song that coincides with that, or that is that music video?
Correct.
Why don't we play the updated version from the last time you guys?
The official
The
version.
official.
With the new drum parts.
With the new drum and the couple extra samples
And no bitches in it.
and no biatches.
Well, I can't say that there's none, but there might be a couple.
Well, let's do it. What was the name of that song again?
Blue Mentality. Yep.
All right. Fuck yeah.
Trouble
And now, back to the metal experience.
Did you say hookers and blow?
No, I said the metal experience.
That's not nearly as good.
Woo! We just heard Blue Man Titty, and that was the most of me.
Blue Manatee?
Blue
No,
Manatee.
man titty,
Mentality?
man titty,
Mental
man
titty.
titty,
Man titty.
Blue mental
mentality.
I am
I
Lupo
forgot what
Blaze.
it's called.
With Morgan
Blue
Danielle, the
Mentality.
chin hair of knowledge. We got Greg Master over here. Blue, and we just heard Blue Mentality by The Most of Me. Blue Man Titty. I
love it.
That's a fucking
It's catchy, right?
That's a titty twister. Shit, man. Ugh.
But
Ouch. Man, Derek, let's get your man titties blue tonight. What the
Okay, let's not do that.
How about I
Thank
punch
you.
you in the
definitely do
face?
that. Let's have a gangbang of titty twisters on Derek tonight.
Oh my God. All right. We are hanging out still with The Most of Me. And I apologize for the Metal Experience crew being super immature
That
right
was
now.
ubiquitous.
Maybe it's because Greg's pinching nipples.
Nothing wrong with
But
that.
back to The Most of Me.
That was
Sweet.
loquacious.
So Quantum EP came out earlier this year. Are you guys currently writing new music, or have you been focusing on just getting these tracks down and playing them live right now?
Wink, wink.
Yes, we are actually. We are currently in the studio recording a new song.
Say
it's,
what?
It's not. It's just going to be on its own. It's going to be singular. Single. Yep. Working on that one, and then
Wait. Before he says it, I'm just gonna go out here and say
we have plans.
the
to
new
record
shit
more,
that
too.
we're writing is gonna be a different Most of Me. No one's gonna expect it.
We basically were planning on having this single be kind of a transition into the new stuff, but obviously the new stuff is in the future, still being worked out.
And where are you guys recording this this new single?
The same people with the boss, with
Same
Gage,
place?
with the guys from Growing.
Growing.
They hook us up. They make us
Palavio.
sound good.
Apostolus.
And what's the name of the new track?
It's going to be called The Unknown.
The Unknown.
Yeah, I'll just kind of give you guys a little inside scoop on it. It's actually about, I'm sure, it's been on the news a lot, but you guys have heard about a missing woman called Emily Anderson from around our area. It's actually about her and about kind of losing someone that you love. So it can kind of relate to her and also relate to someone maybe you've lost from suicide.
Woo! Oh my goodness, that's tough stuff. Tough stuff. Writing from the heart over here.
A little bit.
Writing from
They
the
still
heart,
haven't
shooting
found
from the
them,
hip.
right?
No,
What's that?
yeah, she
I
still
haven't heard
hasn't
any
been found.
update. They still never found them, right?
No, not yet. No, unfortunately.
Well, that was not loquacious. Greg.
What? Wait, loquacious? What does that mean?
Greg wanted me to use a word of the day. He wanted me to use the word loquacious.
Please define.
We had a
loquacious.
spelling bee last
Talking
week with
or
Pterodactyl
tending
King.
to talk much,
That
or
was a word.
freely talkative, chattering, shit like that.
You said that so monotone. I don't think anyone heard
Yeah.
anything you were
You
saying.
sounded like me when I worked at a call center.
I worked at a call center for like 3 fucking years, so
By
I
call
worked at
center,
one for
he
one.
means sex line.
Oh yeah,
Sex
you know
lines
how-
are fun
you know how
too.
it is, fucking-
You know, you kind of look like Freddy
Hey,
Krueger
baby,
with that hat
it's
on.
Freddy. All right, give me that credit card.
Ooh, maybe we should keep that on.
Yeah, it's a good idea. It's like the fucking hair club for men over here. Look at this shit. They got
A description
fucking
to the fans
cul-de-sac.
at home. He
Oh.
kind of looks like Hulk Hogan with short hair.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan with short hair.
And all the muscle.
All the muscle. He's an attractive guy. Hit him up.
The muscle. Oh my goodness, Greg,
You're so pusillanimous. It's not even funny.
Pusillanimous. That's
Greg,
a real
I'm
word.
taking you to Parliament.
We've learned something that pusillanimous, the shortened term for pusillanimous is pussy, and it's like what was the definition of pusillanimous?
Pussy.
No, that wasn't the definition.
So kitty cats.
Oh, Greg, you were so weird. So I've got some conversation starters for you guys,
We love
just
some
so we can
conversations.
get to know
What?
the most of me just a little bit more, so we can
Okay.
know the most of whatever.
The most of
each
Ian,
member's
the
about.
most of
So
Derek, everyone. We're all here. The most
you're
of
all
us.
here. So let's start with an uplifting question. What's the best compliment you've ever received?
Are we going individually here?
Yes.
Okay. Ian, go for it.
Wait, are we talking in band or in personal life?
Either one. I mean, I would assume that the band is real life too, right?
No, it's pretend.
It's a dream?
It's all fake. Stay woke.
Stay woke.
Jim Carrey.
The best in-band compliment I've ever gotten was probably, like, my stage presence was probably, like, the best that they've ever seen. So I like to keep the energy up on stage. I like to move. As long as I look good, I don't have to sound good.
I like to move it.
I like to move it.
I think one of the, like, I guess it was a compliment in a way. I get compliments sometimes about like my vocals and stuff like that, but I think one of the coolest things is like people were actually at one of the first shows we played at the Annex, and they had like an alternative press magazine, and they wanted me to sign their alternative press magazine.
I didn't get to sign it though. The whole band signed it, but me.
Without Ian.
Were you in the alternative press magazine?
I guess maybe it was like a future debut. I didn't really look through it. Who
No,
knows?
we definitely weren't in it. She just had you sign it.
But
I
you don't know. She
where.
could have been from the future.
No. We're friends on Facebook. She just had you sign it.
You're famous. Like, hey, this is all I have. Sign this.
Yeah.
Did you put any special little message on there?
I said, thanks.
That's special.
Really made it personal, Derek.
You know what
Thanks.
I said? Nothing, because I didn't get to sign it.
I said, thanks.
Pretty much.
Oh, that's funny. All right, keep going down the line.
I don't know. I feel like I don't really respond that well to compliments. I do complimented about my presence and just playing guitar, but it's hard for me to really like remember legitimately compliments that really like had an impression on me. So
I've given him the best compliment before.
I don't know. I would say just my stage presence. People like my stage presence. I like to get into it. So I guess that would be my answer.
I think the best compliment Morgan could receive is that he has the perfect stage presence of like 2010 hardcore.
No, like 2009, like Asking Alexandria, Attack kind of stage presence.
The
That's what he
good
looks
old
like.
days.
Yeah.
There we
Oh, the
go.
good old days, most definitely.
And Morgan's been playing throughout the years, and I think we literally have looked at like his old bands and everything. I think he recycles the same moves, so he's gonna have to YouTube or something, and he's gonna have to get some new moves.
He steals
coming
mine
in.
though. I have the moves like Jagger.
I just run in place. That's all.
The moves like Jagger.
Good song. Don't hate.
Great song.
I would say for me, when anybody comes up to us and tells us that we played a great set, that always means a lot.
You're so serious all the time. Just
The best
have fun.
compliment Billy could have possibly gotten is that he was better than the computer we used to use.
No, that's a lie. That would be a lie because the computer never messed up or started without
Never
us.
fails.
Well,
Love you,
that's,
Billy.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Even though I'm mad at you right now, I still love you.
Band love. Morgan?
All right, next question is, what's the most spontaneous thing you have ever done?
Most spontaneous thing I've ever done was take 7 or 8 shots of Patron before we played. Great time.
And then knocked over your amp.
Bye-bye.
Knocked over my amp.
You fall down?
No, I didn't fall down. I just kicked over my amp.
On purpose
the amp
or
okay?
accident?
It was completely on accident. I kicked over the amp because I was about to fall over, but the amp saved me. So I just looked angry, like an angry hardcore kid.
Was the amp okay?
Still works.
There you
Good.
go. The most spontaneous.
I guess the most spontaneous thing I've ever done. We played a barn show one time. Actually, I forgot about that
You
show.
guys played in a barn?
We played in a fucking barn.
Was
One
there
of-
cows and chickens?
There were no
No.
cows, but there was definitely hay and shit. And I don't know if it was human shit or animal
Ew.
shit, but it was
Both.
shit.
Just
and there was
poop.
beer, so that was cool too.
Lots of beer.
But I guess the most spontaneous thing I did was like they had
Start a chicken circle pit.
they had like beams, so I like climbed the top of a beam and like hung off the beam, and I got my leg like seriously cut up from that. But it was still pretty cool.
It looked pretty sexy, but cut up leg. We're all emo these days, right?
Spontaneous.
Spontaneous. The first thing that comes to mind for spontaneous this year, we actually got asked to play a show literally day of, about a month ago, I would say, with Those Dirty Thieves in LaSalle. It was literally on, what day was it?
It was August 5th at 9th Street Pub.
Why do you remember these things?
Billy has that. He has a memory.
He's got a memory. Just wait till he
So,
starts drinking.
Little
That's how Morgan-
backstory. Little
that's how Morgan
backstory.
That's how I am.
There was
too.
another band that was playing that show. They dropped off literally like the day. Was it the day before or the day of?
It was the day of. the
Day
show.
of. They go, hey, band dropped off. You guys want to play? Sure. Why the fuck not?
And we drove out to LaSalle, played a show.
Without
and-
Derek.
Oh, yeah. And, yeah, we didn't even have Derek with us for that show. Ian
Yeah.
actually had to do the vocals for that one.
I was at the Wisconsin Dells. That was pretty.
He was out there swimming.
It's a
Was,
good
was it
excuse.
fun?
Yeah, it was great.
Where'd you go?
Wisconsin Dells.
Where?
Noah's Ark?
Yeah, that one.
Oh man, did you do swimming and shit?
Swimming, water slides, liquor. all that
Fun
good
fact
stuff.
about Ian Holmes.
Nachos?
I cannot swim. It's a black thing. We can't swim.
You just had to take it there.
Had to take
Oh
it there.
my gosh.
So Morgan, your most spontaneous thing.
We're going to Wisconsin Dells.
Yeah, no, I would say playing that show, we got paid for it. That was pretty cool. And, we had some good conversation with Those Dirty Thieves. So it was just like that whole night in general, just being asked to play the show that day and then driving out there. It was pretty spontaneous, and it was a good time.
Fuck yeah. Bill.
William.
I would say a similar situation when we got asked to play with the Color Morale the night before.
That is a good answer as well. All right. What's the worst advice you've ever taken?
Don't stay single.
Oh.
Okay. Who else has something else to add to that?
The worst advice I ever took was not to leave my last job. Or no.
Had this
Yeah, no,
Patron.
not to leave it. Yeah. Because I worked at a factory and I was making decent money. I was making decent money, but I didn't have time outside of work to do anything. I worked Monday through Thursday, but we could work any day of the week if they said we had to. It was automotive. It was for Chrysler. Never had free time. Was always tired. Left them. Now I'm a supervisor, and I have time to do anything I want because my job loves me.
There you go.
Fuck Chrysler.
Moving on up in the world.
All right, Morgan and Derek.
Worst but / best advice I've ever taken is picking up playing guitar and being in a band because I'm broke all the time and I'm stressed all the time. So there you go.
But you love it.
But I do love it.
Yeah, I kind of have to agree with Morgan, like, because especially being a vocalist in a scene like this is kind of uncommon to people who usually, listen to different kind of music, listen to rap or listen to the radio rock. So it's hard for them to, like, comprehend the kind of things that we do. And they're kind of like, oh, no, don't do it. It's not worth it. It's not worth the money. It's not worth the time. But honestly, it is.
And tonight, free donuts.
Yeah.
See?
The donuts were delicious,
And
by
think
the way.
think about it. It could be worse. You could be the singer of The Forms They Take. That guy sucks.
That's very true. Greg, I hate you, by the
Or
way.
decapitated.
All
Or
right.
indecapitated right now.
Next question
True.
for the band. If you guys could pick up any instrument besides the one that you play, an instrument that you don't know how to play, what would you choose?
Guitar.
You can play guitar. Don't lie.
Billy
Check
can-
out Billy's YouTube.
Billy
his
has a
old
YouTube.
He can actually play guitar and bass.
Greg's looking it up right now.
I asked an instrument that you didn't know how to play, Billy.
Wait, xylophone. Do you know how to play xylophone?
I played the xylophone freshman year in high school.
Do you
and
play
was
every
terrible.
instrument under the sun? Come
Billy
on.
can play every instrument. Don't let him lie.
Do you
to
have your own solo project where you do every single instrument?
Are you a one-man band? Is what he's asking.
Yes.
Yeah.
He actually writes all of our
Yeah.
music, lyrics, drums, guitar, bass, everything. He
That
writes
is
it all.
awesome.
I wrote the parts for the computer to play live too.
That
Facts.
is awesome.
All right. Who's up next?
The tuba.
The tuba.
tuba.
Takes a lot of breath, I heard.
I just
You
love it. I
really
love
gotta
that
know how
deep-
to blow.
That really low register.
Blow sash.
Oh, yeah. I'm into it. Hard time.
Blow sash.
I would want to play the sitar, like that weird
Oh,
like Asian
yeah.
guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing is sick.
That would be pretty cool.
The sitar.
Sitar.
Ian?
Holmes.
Well, I kind of played it in middle school because I had to, but I never really was able to actually play it because fuck school. But if I could sit down and actually try it, saxophone.
Like Bill Clinton and Greg.
And Greg? Oh my
Greg-
God! Don't
Greg-
you?
Greg
You
over
shouldn't
here
have
saying
touched Greg's hands. You
same
don't know where
story.
he's been.
It's all right. I
played
wash cars for a
saxophone?
living. I touch a lot of shit in people's cars that I probably
Okay.
shouldn't touch. There's
Well, you
rotten
shouldn't touch Greg
apple
either.
and-
He's probably like one of those cars.
Ugh. You know what? As long as I'm getting paid for it, I'm down.
Okay. What was the last concert you attended, and did you actually enjoy it?
Warp Tour.
And did you like it? Did you
Oh,
like
I
the
loved
lineup?
it. I saw Bless the Fall. I saw Beartooth, I Prevail, Fit for a King, Bad Omens.
Guar stole that whole entire show. That's just what that's my personal opinion. Guar,
Nuh-uh, bro.
Morgan over here is saying no,
No.
but Guar was fucking awesome. Blood just the whole entire time.
Gross. Continue.
This was actually a little while ago. I feel like just because we've been playing so many shows, it's like I haven't really been able to just go out to a show myself. But a few months back, I saw Joyce Maynor and AJJ.
AJJ?
Yeah, and it used to be Andrew Jackson Jihad, but now it's just AJJ. Super good. Just like super punk, and AJJ is primarily like folk punk, like acoustic punk, and Joyce Maynor. I don't know if you guys heard of them, but they're really good. They're like old school punk.
Nice.
I've heard of
They're at
Andrew
the,
Jackson Jihad
in Chicago.
I have heard of them.
Yeah, super good.
So the last show that I actually went to, I think it was Beartooth.
Oh yes.
It was Beartooth, Under Oath, and Bring Me the Horizon. Yeah, and I love that show.
When was that?
It was at Aragon Ballroom back in March.
Yeah, it was that one.
What?
It was around my
And
birthday.
we weren't able to go.
And it
I
was so
fucking
good. It
hate
was my
myself.
first time seeing Under Oath live, which I love them. We
Under
do
Oath's
we
so
do
good.
a cover of one of their songs, Young and Aspiring. So I love Under Oath. It was my first time seeing them. Beartooth. I've seen them plenty of times. They're great. And I seen Bring Me the Horizon. It was my first time seeing them since like Warped Tour 2010. So it was
Jeez.
pretty good. They have a lot of visuals to their sets. So
And
it's
the
really
Aragon
good.
is pretty sweet.
Oh, and the Aragon is beautiful.
I'd kill to see Bring Me the Horizon in 2010.
I seen them.
I done synced them.
I guess the last concert I went to was Warped Tour as well. But I got to see a lot of bands that I didn't get to see the following year, like Silent Planet. I really wanted to see Silent Planet really bad, and they weren't on that date in Milwaukee last year. So I got to see them. I got to see Too Close to Touch, which I just recently got into. They're pretty decent. And yeah, so I got to see some pretty good bands.
Good answers. All
Morgan,
right.
what was the last show you went to?
The last one I went to?
The last one you went to and you didn't enjoy.
Oh, damn.
I
think about it?
No, Greg. No, because I enjoyed that show.
What was the last one you went
the
to?
last show that I went to that I would probably say I went to was Nickelback. And I liked it.
And you didn't enjoy it?
Nickelback
I didn't
is so
like
good.
Daughtry, but I liked
Daughtry is so good.
Nickelback.
They're all so
it was
good.
awesome. Nickelback was great.
Oh, my goodness. Derek,
So,
what was the
yes.
last show you went to?
You went to Reggie's recently, Derek, didn't you?
You can't even think.
I think the last show I actually went to was Chicago Open Air for Body Count and Big Destroyer.
Body Count.
Body Count with like Ice-T?
Yeah.
Lit.
Yeah.
I want to see
Derek's
them.
I saw
an
them.
OG
They're so
according
good.
to Ice-T,
Yeah,
but
according-
have him tell you that
Yeah,
later.
according to Ice-T, I'm an OG.
Okay, we'll talk
Not
about
according
that
to
later.
him. You are an OG.
Oh my. All right, Greg, what questions do you have for the most of me? This is your turn now.
Your time. Kind of like John Cena.
Greg, didn't you say
We're
you were
putting
like...
him on the spot.
Greg, before I talked to you earlier today, you're like, yeah, I'm thinking of questions to ask the band for tonight. And then we asked Greg, and he's like, oh, no.
I got high and forgot.
Because I got high. Because I got high.
All right, first thing,
I got high.
first thing that comes to your mind.
Why
ask
don't
me.
we give
Just ask him
Greg,
anything, Greg.
Why don't we give
Ask
Greg a
him
minute
anything.
when we play another track?
Okay, we'll play another track, and then Greg's going to quiz you.
Quiz you?
All right.
Okay, so here we go. What track does the most of me want to play next? We only have two left.
Let's play
Everlasting? Everlasting
no.
Part 2? No?
Let's save that one for last.
We'll save it for
Let's-
last. Duca.
Yeah, let's do a song with the band we're actually going to be touring with in late October, early November, Reaching Everest. This next track is featured with him on it, and this next track is called Dukkha.
Now, before we begin,
How do you
what
spell
is
that?
dukkha?
Dukkha means the root of suffering in Buddhism.
Okay.
D-U-C-A?
We'll discuss a little bit.
D-U-K-K-A-H.
Discuss a little bit more when we get back in.
D-U-K-K.
Here's Dukkha by
Sounds good.
Most of Me off the Quantum E EP.
This is Fire, listening to the Metal Experience.
Hell yeah.
Woo! We just heard Dukkha. Hell fucking yeah. That's an interesting name. Who came up with that name?
I did.
What's
Lies.
what's a
It was
Dukkha?
Derek.
The fuck's a Dukkha?
Please explain, Billy.
Yeah, elaborate.
Stop collaborating.
It was actually Derek.
Wow, cool. No, I got Dukkha from Buddhism, and in Buddhism it means the root of suffering. And I feel like at the heart of everybody's existence, it's kind of there. And so we're all trying to find peace of mind and rid of suffering. So that's what the song is named after.
Hell yeah.
Well, Greg, do you have some questions now for the band to pick their brains about?
Yes. All right. So as a new up-and-coming band, you got a lot to work with, especially technology and the internet. How do you use that to advance your music? And, what do you think about music, the music industry, and the internet, in general? We always didn't have the internet. It used to be really difficult to get your music out there. Now it's everywhere. What do y'all think about that shit?
I think the music industry parts of it have gone down the drain, like with people not buying albums anymore. So I think if you really want to take music seriously, you just have to do your best to be original and be yourself.
And release things for free because everyone loves free shit.
Yeah.
Morgan, do you have a take on this?
I'm really digging like this swing band kind of like thing that's going on.
They are
upstairs.
good. They are
really
fucking.
digging
I was
it.
dancing up there.
Anyone want to go Star Circle?
I might have to leave you guys to go listen to them.
I feel like most people like personal connection. Like they really look for that in music, something that they can relate to their own life. So I feel like if you have something that's like a relatable message, something that hits home with people, and as long as you can kind of like market that on social media, and like have like a theme to go with that is empowering to people that may be struggling with something in their life. I feel like it's a big way to connect with people and to make fans, and at shows to I don't know how to say, put as much emotion into your performance as possible, and make people feel like you're there, giving them something that you put a lot of thought into. I think that's a big part of it. And yeah, social media makes it really, it's tricky to market, but I feel like you have to just push as much as you can out there and do as much as you can.
With social media, it's kind of a lucky thing, though. It's like if you release something that someone likes, someone's going to share it, and then someone that's going to like it is going to share it, and then a bunch of people are going to end up sharing it. So it's kind of it's hit or miss. You got to hit somebody that really wants it, and then somebody else is going to hear it, and they're going to share it, and then it's just going to spread like a wildfire.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of it's like saturated. Like I feel like you have to really push things and sometimes be a little bit annoying about it, but at the same time, it's like you keep talking about it. That's the only way that people are going to hear about it.
Annoying is an understatement.
Yeah, that's why we actually had a band on last week that were saying the same thing. And, you got to annoy people, get to them,
You can never be afraid of rejection. You always got to push yourself out there.
Rejection is like my number one fear.
There's some good advice you guys got,
I think too with like the computer and internet these days and stuff like that, it actually has helped us a lot in our music too, because we include live samples in our playing, and so that kind of brings a new element and more of a fuller sound to us when we play live. So I think that's helped us with technology.
Like our song Quantum, we like try to. There's like right before the breakdown, we try to put like a sample that goes in it that relates to people at the time that's going on in like social media, like really popular stuff. Like for a while we had the Cash Me Outside girl while that was popular going on. We had the Power Rangers when Power Rangers was coming out.
There you go.
Hint, hint, we might have something it related coming out with the song. So
hiya, Frankie.
You should put a red balloon.
We all float down here, right?
Red balloon.
Ooh, that should be your new picture. You guys just holding red balloons.
Yeah,
that's sick.
In yellow.
Make sure
yellow coats.
Make sure they're not filled too much with helium, or you'll float away.
No, because we're not supposed to float away. We're just supposed to float down here.
Or you guys get a picture of you guys looking at red balloons tied to a storm drain, looking down.
Yeah.
And one of you has to wear a yellow poncho.
I'm down to do that, but we have to do Ian's famous pose in the picture.
Oh, we're gonna have to do the famous pose.
We're gonna do Ian's pose in the picture today.
I actually like this idea, though. You guys are some smart people, and I like smart people.
Actually, it's kind of funny you're talking about photos.
I like your pose.
Next weekend, we're actually doing a lot of promo photos, so stay tuned on our Facebook for that.
Nice.
We'll keep the ones that you guys said in mind, though, because we might have to just do it.
Yes.
Fuck it, right?
Do it. That'd be awesome. Greg, what other questions do you have? That was really informative.
That was a
You
very
got some
good
really
question.
good questions.
Give
now
us
you
a
don't
random
you
question.
don't have another one? Come
I
on.
want a random one.
Random
Whatever you're,
question. Come
whatever
on,
you're
Greg.
thinking right now, just ask us right now.
Y'all like unicorns?
I never got to try the unicorn frappe at Starbucks. I
never
wanted
got a chance to try it too. I really wanted
Me and
that.
Ian were gonna try it on our way up to Bloomington for a show.
Lady was
but
like,
I just thought a
actually, we're out right now.
They had like a dragon one.
Don't think they have them anymore.
I feel like
He's talking about actual unicorns, guys. Not
I just
actual-
thought of a unicorn, man.
I feel like unicorns stand for
I don't know what the fuck
some
you're
really good
talking
things
about.
like peace and
Yeah.
equality among
Rainbows.
worlds. So
Oh my god.
I'm a big fan. I'm into it.
You know, there's that
The
animal.
unicorn mayo.
No, there's an animal that's actually like a unicorn. It's in the sea or
narwhal.
something.
Narwhal.
That's it.
Swimming in the ocean.
Swimming in the
Like a
ocean,
motion.
causing
Yeah,
a
they're
commotion.
always
Narwhals,
causing
narwhals.
commotion. I mean, like, what's the deal with that horn on the narwhal?
It's
What is
They're
it
horny.
for?
Killing prey.
oh my god, really?
Is it because they're horny?
It's ivory.
Yeah, but
That's
what's
what I
the
just said.
purpose?
Why
of
do
it?
elephants have tusks?
You know,
Mhm,
They
I
could
know.
battle other elephants in
So
epic
why do
fucking
narwhals
elephant
have a
battles.
horn? It's like a rhino. It's like an elephant. It's
Is
like
it like
they're-
joust,
They could
like they're
sword
jousting.
fight.
Yes, they fight.
Sword
you
fight.
should look it up.
Have you ever attached a knife to your forehead before?
It's just
Sometimes
like
just
this.
for
Have you ever
survival.
put a
Whoa, Derek, you're going too far with this.
Yes, I have.
I put a dildo
Nope.
in Luco's mom.
Oh my God! Greg.
Whoa! That's a story for another day.
Yeah.
We'll leave that.
That's a
One
story we're
Luke
not
goes
hearing
there.
for another day. Jesus, this is getting weird now.
Weird.
Oh,
You
my
can't have a
God.
podcast and
Next-
expect it to not get weird.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, we are hanging out with the most of me, right?
Right.
It's
We're
actually
great.
Actually, the
Ian
least
Holmes
of
and the
us.
least of us.
I think that's a really great name. So, what were some of the runners-up name-wise for the most of me? Like, if you weren't called the most of me, what did you have idea-wise?
I'm pretty sure we were literally just the most of me. I don't think there was any like other.
The Good Farewell.
The Good
Okay, I wouldn't
Farewell?
have joined if we were the Good Farewell. Are we a pop punk band? Newfound Glory? Hello.
That brings an interesting question. How'd you all find each other? If you haven't already been asked this, I don't know. I
I don't
came
think
in
we
late.
have.
How'd
I
you all
like
find
this.
each other?
I like this.
All right. Well, actually, basically, the original lineup for the most of me was myself and Justin Heiser, ex-bass player of the Color Morale, and me and him actually cycled through a few people. Long story, but basically, over a year's time, actually, the most of me was already a band, like an idea, and Justin ended up having to quit the band due to some family-related issues going on in his life, and all respects to him for that. But it actually just led me to reaching out to Derek and our former vocalist, Aaron, and shortly afterwards, then it was Ian joined the band, and I don't know, obviously we covered earlier. We had an original drummer, Leo, but he ended up quitting, so Billy was the last one to join the current lineup.
Yes, I am the new guy.
The newbie. Did they call you Noob?
No,
You should.
That's a you thing. Greg.
No, it's on Rick and Morty, man. Come on, you guys watch Rick and Morty, right?
No, not
what?
at all.
Oh,
It's
what
awful.
the fuck? None of you watch Rick and Morty?
I absolutely
love
hate Rick and Morty.
Hate
Why?
it. Thank
Yeah.
you, Ian.
They hate
I fucking
Rick and
hate
Morty.
It. It's
We're
the
finding a new
dumbest
bass
fucking
player after
show.
tonight.
Watered down Futurama.
What?
That's all it is.
That shit's hilarious.
Best show on television right now.
Shameless. Shameless is the best television show.
Y'all are fucking crazy.
Oh, Rick and Morty, I'm with you, bud.
I'm calling a divorce. I want to get divorced.
So anyway, I think Morgan's kind of fibbing on the whole band thing because I met him in a college class. We had the same college class. It was actually a music theory class. And I tried to be in his band a couple times, and he fell through on
Alright.
me. And then finally, it just kind of worked out.
All right, I didn't mention the whole, nitty gritty, but long story short, I hit him up and it worked out.
Can
Yeah.
we
Don't-
get to the nitty gritty though? Like, is that a thing? Can we do that?
Was he stalking you?
Yes.
Is that how it happened? You were stalking him?
Morgan was actually stalking
No,
Derek.
Derek was stalking me.
That's what I thought.
I
get
was
that,
desperate
yeah.
to be in this band.
You were like,
Were you
oh my
leaving
God.
him notes?
Eventually, I conquered.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Now it's the most of Derek.
No, I did kind of give him the runaround. I originally hit him up about being in the band, and then this is before me and Justin actually got together. So then it was like I got together with Justin, and for a while it seemed like I wouldn't actually need a vocalist. So I let him know that, and it was kind of an awkward time. And then Justin ended up quitting, so here we are. And
No, I
here he
appreciate
is.
you. I appreciate you telling the whole story on this one. I appreciate you
Yeah.
doing that.
So
You notice people always tell the whole story after they say long story short.
I'm in.
Because he did say long story short.
I'm sitting in my training class
It's
at
okay.
work, right? And I get a message on my phone, and Morgan's like, "Hey, do you play bass?" And I'm like, "I can. I play guitar, but I can play bass if you really need me to." He's like, "Well, we're looking for a bassist," and I'm like, "Well, I don't own a bass right now. I don't own any equipment, but I can play bass." He's like, "Well, all right, brah, we'll hit you up." So my next paycheck, I bought a bass and an amp, and I'm like, "Hey, I bought a bass and an amp. I'm ready to do this band thing." He's like, "All right, bruh." Let me do an
Nice.
accurate Morgan. All right, bruh.
I'm just saying, like.
I'm just saying, we'll hit you up, bro.
Like-
we'll hit
like-
you up.
I'm just saying, man. Like, I don't know, man. Like, dude. Oh,
Bro.
man.
So I ended up having a
Love you,
practice
Morgan.
like a week later. I still suck at bass. They
It's
just
o-
keep me around because I look
It's-
nice.
It's okay. No one notices when the bass player's sucking, anyways.
Exactly, because I turn myself all the way down. They got the samples and everything going on. I just sound good without sounding good.
You could just like have that bitch unplugged and play a perfect show. Sometimes, you
Exactly.
know.
As long as you look good, you don't
Yeah.
have to play good.
Fuck yeah.
Play the
Oh,
bass
yeah.
reverse, have
Yeah.
it flip one show.
yeah, do that. Do it
Play the
behind your
bass
back
without the bass plugged in. Just don't even have a bass. Just air bass.
Air bass.
A shoebox.
Fuck Air Jordan, air bass.
I think if we had to talk about not being plugged in, though, Morgan would have to win that award because he is
He is
completely
never plugged in. He's always unplugging
What?
himself.
Unplugging
he
himself.
never looks good.
Oh my goodness.
I look good.
Morgan.
What's up, brah?
You forgot to do the vape noise with it.
Oh.
What are you smoking in that? What flavors in that shit?
Hurricane.
Hurricane.
Is it
Wow.
Irma, Jose, or
Yeah,
Harvey?
like-
Oh my
Hurricane.
God, he's smoking Irma. That's what set off that hurricane.
Like, holy
earlier this week.
shit,
You've
I
been
dude.
always knew
vaping
you were
too
a piece
hard,
of shit.
man.
We
You're
have
really a piece of
we
shit
have
now.
people in Florida listening to this shit, and you just gave them nightmares. All right, that's
You're
the last
smoking
thing our
hurricanes,
fans
man.
want to hear about is hurricane.
Yeah,
No, I'm
get
kidding.
out of there.
Well, it's about that time for Luco's segment. Are you ready?
Can
Wait,
we talk
whoa,
about
wait.
him stealing
Hold
all
on.
of our precious
Hold
donuts
on,
right now?
Hold on 1 second. What does
As he looks at me and eats it.
what does hurricane taste like? Can someone explain this to me? And how did they get the flavor?
It actually tastes
I
really good.
Yeah, I can't explain
Can I actually hit that? Can you pass that to
how
me?
they got the flavor, but
Does it
Right here.
taste?
Marco's Vape in Rockford, they're pretty awesome.
Shout out to
it's
Marco's
it's
Vape.
berries and cream. I mean,
Berries and
No.
cream.
Can I taste? Can I taste
definitely go for it,
that?
bud.
Oh my god. Okay, you were go ahead, Morgan. Sorry.
Oh, I was waiting for
damn.
Luco because we're gonna do his segment. Are you ready?
Kids.
Luco, are you ready to do your segment?
Here we go.
Now it's time for
Hey man, look what I found.
Only on the Metal Experience.
All right, this week brought to you by Imprint Recordings, your music, your imprint. Visit imprintrecordings.com for more info. For a band looking to record some music in the local Chicagoland metal scene. Morgan, what are you doing over there?
Trying to mimic what you're gonna say.
Nope,
before
you're
you do
doing
it.
a terrible job. Well, the band we have, for everyone
Fuck
listening.
you. You can't
I'll
be
do sign
heard,
language for
Greg.
it.
You can't be
So,
heard.
this week we have all the way from Vancouver, the band This Gun for Hire, and the song, it's from the album Something a Little More Sinister, and I guess we're playing a two for Morgan and Scott listed on here. The first song, One Hellbent Lot Lizard.
My
Sweet,
favorite
about
kind of lot
prostitutes.
lizard.
I love me some lot lizards.
And then
Prostitutes.
the other one, Alligator Death Roll. Let's do it.
from you. You know my every move. Why do I torture myself? I have the answers I seek. I can't explain myself because not myself, you say. Why do I run from you? You know my every move. Why do I torture myself? I have the answers I seek. I can't explain myself because I'm not myself, you say. You say. Bury me in the distance. Deep breaths, listen in. Tear my mind into pieces. Just watch me fall apart.
I'm Meredith.
I'm Ryan.
And I'm John, and we are Victims. And you're listening to The Metal Experience. Check out our full-length album, Volume 2, Inside the Mind, available everywhere.
All right. That segment was brought to you by Imprint Recordings. Your music, your imprint. Visit Imprint Recordings for more info. And that was This Gun for Hire from Vancouver. And that was off their album Something a Little More Sinister. And we played a twofer that was One Hellbent Lot Lizard and Alligator Death Roll. So
We didn't
Morgan,
play that song.
Lot
Yeah.
Lizard
I don't know.
Prostitutes.
is prostitutes,
Lot lizard.
not actual lizards.
They're
Damn
fun.
it. I liked the whole lot lizard paired with alligator. I liked the
The
whole
reptile?
I bet
yeah.
you do like lot
The
lizard.
reptile theme.
Pretty much. That's what I was
Motherfucker.
thinking
A
of.
reptile dysfunction.
Oh, erectile dysfunction.
I like that. That's a good title for your
That's
next
a
song.
good band name. That's mine.
Maybe if we were death metal as fuck.
I called it.
That's what our new stuff is.
Yeah.
A reptile
What?
dysfunction.
What new stuff? We're breaking up tomorrow.
What?
I could create a funk band
Get
called
up out of
A
that.
Reptile Dysfunk.
Oh, damn.
Copyrights. I want my money.
I want my money. Pay me, bro. Where's my
Do you
money,
want to start
Brian?
a funk
Where's
band?
my
I'd be
money,
down to
Brian?
start a funk band.
Post-progressive
Badass.
experimental
I might be down.
jazz jam band.
It's our new stuff's actually pre-post progressive, synthetic, new wave of heavy, death, symphonic core.
Whoa.
Facts.
That's a
F
That's
A.
a
lot of
mouthful.
stuff
Facts.
there.
How do you remember?
Got to be pre-post.
pre-post.
It's gotta
What
be
about
both.
shoegaze?
What?
Never even heard
Yeah,
of
you
shoegaze?
totally threw us
Shoegaze.
off there with that.
The taste of shoegaze.
Pre-post.
So where can everybody find
Hint.
everything that is the most of me online on the web? And then what do you have merch-wise available for people to buy?
Facebook.com/the most of me IL, and same for Instagram. You want to tell them what kind of merch we have?
Well,
Isaiah?
merch-wise, don't call me by my middle name. Merch-wise, you can only buy it at shows. We have baseball tees, T-shirts, which you can't see here, but I actually have a hoodie, one of the kind. Buy it from me, I'll sell it to you. And yeah, we have CDs, baseball tees, and T-shirts.
Do you guys have any dildos?
Greg, do you want a dildo?
I shop at
Is that what you're
Spencer's,
asking
so
for?
who knows?
He's asking for the most.
Just show him your dick later, guys.
He's trying to get the most in him.
Yes. Do you guys have any dildos? So,
We will
I
give
can
you
get the most
Billy's,
in
and it will
me?
be the half of in you.
Oh my goodness.
If we give you Morgan's, it'll be the more than likely
I
to
don't
get
have one.
pregnant.
What are you
so-
talking about?
Not you. Not you. Other Morgan.
You're Morgan. You got to remember, there's 2 Morgans. There's 2
Erp.
Derek's.
If we give you
Jeremy
Erps.
McKinnon.
Yeah, I don't have any kids, so.
I do.
So, you guys have
On
any
the
shows
way.
coming up?
Yes, they've talked about
Yes.
they're going on
Can you
tour.
guys-
We
Where
actually
can
have
you announce?
We have a show this Saturday.
Whoa.
At Cronies in McChesney Park. It's a suicide
Cronies.
awareness show with Static Signal, So-Called Saints, Left of Reason.
We play at
10
5.
bands.
We play at 5.
Yeah, all day. Music starts at 3:30. Free, all ages.
Saturday.
Saturday.
What day is Saturday?
Saturday
The
is
16th.
the 16th.
Saturday the 16th. Be there or be a box.
Cronies Bar and Grill, Rockford, Illinois.
AKA Square.
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 Square rhymes with guar. You should
And we
check
also have
guar
a
out.
show in Freeport, Illinois on September 30th at Crepe Park.
Crepe Park?
Yes.
Cray, cray.
Like the food?
That is also a
'Cause
Saturday.
crepes are good.
They are good.
Pancake Park?
Nice.
Yeah,
I
but
need
that'll be our
another-
last show before
I
we
need
go on
another one
tour.
of these blue moons. I appreciate
Can I get a
you.
water with lemon?
Give
Water
him
with
a-
lemon. He's
a
got to
water
make sure that
with
his throat is all good
With
to go
phlegmin.
so people can hear him as he talks.
I like that. With Fleming. Spit in
Lemon.
his drink.
What's
Just give him a...
Oh, okay.
Those are great.
That
Who's
was
a band that you guys
unnecessary.
haven't been able to share the stage with locally that you would like to?
Does it have to be locally? Because I have one that I really want to share the stage with.
Okay, do national and then do a local.
All right. So nationally, I really want to share the stage with My Chemical Romance.
Okay, they're not a band anymore.
We don't talk about it. We don't talk about it.
Taking
what
back
band?
emo.
My Chemical Romance.
My Chemical Romance.
Greg's Chemical Romance.
Ian's Chemical Romance.
I'm sorry, but fuck that band.
Greg,
You know what?
And
Back
you know
off.
what? Fuck
I'm
Nickelback
2 steps
too.
away from taking these headphones off and taking
Oh,
you outside.
I
But I'm
would
the guy with the
watch
hat,
that.
man. Remember?
Jerry. I have a hat on too.
Jerry.
Beat his ass, Seabass.
I want my Jerry beads.
All right, now
Oh,
what
Jerry
is a local act that you would like to, that you've never?
A local act? I would have to say Sworn In. They're
Sworn
not
In?
like local, but they're from around here. They're
Yeah.
from the
They're
the
definitely
area.
national.
So I would really love to play with Sworn In. If you're listening to this Sworn In, I want to play with you guys. So you should come back around. So the most of me wants to play with you. In a non-sexual way. Unless you want it to be sexual. We'll play with you that way too.
Whoa.
Ian's talking for himself, not the rest of you. Just
Just
you
Ian.
weren't.
Ian,
will play
Ian
with you.
speaks for Greg also.
Ian
You can
and
take Greg with you.
The most in me.
The most of
Greg's
Ian
a
and
real
Greg
lot
and
lizard.
sexual acts.
I'm a loquacious lot.
Greg is a loquacious lot lizard.
Comes full circle.
They call him loquacious.
All right.
I'm just
Billy,
kidding though,
Morgan,
but
or
Sworn In
Derek,
though,
what is
we
your,
would love to play with you.
What is your answers here?
Locally, I had a band, but we actually recently played with them at Penny Road Pub. It's a band called Victims from around the Chicago
Nice.
area.
Love them.
Those guys are sick.
Yeah, they are.
I've always really wanted to play with them, and we got to actually play with them, and they're really nice guys. So.
Bucket list.
Get them on the show
Ooh.
too. There's
We-
some
we
cool
have
people.
had them.
Well, you had them.
Yeah.
Get them again.
They
Next
actually
year,
were
win a new
on-
album.
They were on
Last month.
Wait, new album?
literally
you
a month
say?
ago.
They're working
Yeah.
on new music, yeah.
Oh, I haven't heard that. I like it.
Yeah, me too. They're good.
Yeah,
All right.
the Victims episode.
Drop it in my inbox.
Greg will send it to you.
If you don't,
He'll sext it
Be
to
careful.
you.
There might be
Unsubscribing.
porn attached to his
He'll sext it
messages.
to you. Don't worry, Ian.
All right, continue down the line.
For me, I would say national act wise would be Secrets. They were a really big band for me when they came out, and before the Most of Me started, it was just one of those bands I was listening to a lot of. So that would be really awesome if we could play with them. But locally wise, more realistically wise, I would say Pangea. They're super good,
They're
super
awesome.
heavy,
Good
very
people.
very technical. Probably some of the best, most talented guitarists group of guys I've seen. So that would be awesome if we could play with them.
Can I make a band called The Metal Experience? Or
Absolutely.
is that like copywriting? Can I not do that?
Are we in this band
No,
with you?
no. Can I be in The Metal Experience being on The Metal Experience?
Only if
We're trademarked.
it features us in a song.
Yeah, if we get featured.
At least one.
Who is all
We're
featured in it?
trademarked,
Luco and I own the trademark.
All right.
But Greg would have to be in it too.
Sounds good to me.
Naked.
You guys can all do vocals
I want to
for
be
it.
on it on Triangle.
Sounds good to me.
Derek can be on track.
But can I be
Cowbell,
on
too.
the naked oboe?
No, Greg.
No
no
bow?
one
Naked.
wants to see you in a naked
Naked
oboe.
oboe.
Oh.
Greg on sax. Greg
on sax. You know what I'm talking about.
I should have recorded video that looks so ridiculous. Okay,
Send it
continue.
to me. Billy, go ahead.
Oh my god.
Nationally, I would say the Color Morale, even though we've played with them, or like Moths to Flames.
That's heaven in my pants.
Locally, I'd like to play with this band called On My Six again. They're from Rockford.
You're wearing the hat.
Yeah, they're they always help bands out that are looking for exposure around the areas, and really enjoy playing with them. Very friendly people.
Nice. Good answers. I like it. Well, we still have one last track to play from you guys tonight off the Quantum EP. Before we wrap it up, I just got a few announcements.
A couple, two, three.
For what's going on in this week. Some of our friends have had things happening that I just want to touch base on. Our friends in Tonson recently announced that they are going to be playing with Ocean's 8 Alaska from England coming up here
That's gonna be
in
a great
November.
show.
They are playing Black Wednesday at the Bottom Lounge. And from what I've heard, tickets from them are only $13, which is a steal because they're fucking awesome. So buy the tickets off Tonson
Can we
before
play
they
that
sell
show?
out. You'll have to talk to somebody at Bottom Lounge.
Hey,
I can't get you on that.
If we're not on there or not,
but
see me there if you want to meet me. Ian
Yes.
Holmes, basis of the most of me. I will be there because
You
Ocean's 8
will be
Alaska
there.
is great, and
They are amazing.
Guitar Hero, their song, top 10% of the song playing it on Guitar Hero.
Nice. And then they also announced Tonson is playing the Word is Bond Tour, which is a 3-day weekend happening in October 13th through 15th, where Hollow Bones and Contra will also be playing, hitting Chicago at the Township October 13th, La Crosse, Wisconsin at the Warehouse on the 14th, and they are playing Rhinos in Bloomington, Indiana on October 15th. So Tonson, them out. Good guys. Also coming up, Victims has just announced a few awesome things. First off, they are doing a contest to share a video that they posted on their page that they could have two winners for. On
Share
Thursday,
it,
they're
like
announcing
it, and comment.
share it to win a free T-shirt. The more you share, the better chance of winning. They also have a Spotify account up now for you to be able to play their music. And they just got announced to play with Pierce the Veil coming up here in Chicago, which is a huge deal. So be sure to hit them up for tickets and buy off your local support
Once again,
for that.
I will be there.
You will be there. You could just stalk Ian at every single show he goes to.
Or just stalk me, period. I really want to be stalked.
Another cool show besides seeing our friends here the most of me playing a show this weekend. Our friends in Ultra Perceptions are playing with Falsifier, Invoker, and Rain at Big Shots in Valparaiso, Indiana. It starts at 5 p.m. They are also playing with Dead Eyes Always Dreaming, Black Cherry Suicide, Red River, and Victims. So
That
that
is Always Dreaming are a bunch of good guys too.
happening this weekend as well. Yeah. Dead
Our
Eyes Always
friends
Dreaming
in
is
Growing
awesome.
are actually going to be going on tour with our friends in The Levitated here soon. So
Ooh,
check
I've
them
heard good
both
things about
out.
the Levitated too.
Some good guys in both of those bands, so check them out and check them out on their tour.
Nice. And one last announcement here. Upcoming, our friends in Endgame are playing with Soil and Saving Abel at the Forge in Joliet. They have tickets available. Buy off your local support. And they also have a video, a first time for their song Broken up on their YouTube channel. You can check them out. They have a contest going on right now. I'm sorry, not them. 3 Days from Dying have a contest going on that they've been entered in a poll for the top most badass bands in the Midwest. And 3 Days from Dying need your help to be put on the voting. I'm not sure how this works. It's on the Rock Goddess radio show, and they're looking for votes for that. So go onto their Facebook page. Endgame shared the link for that, and help 3 Days from Dying win one of the top 10 most badass bands in the Midwest. That's all I got. So next week on the show, we are going to be welcoming on the show for the first time. Don't get confused with our host because it's a totally different name. Luca is going to be on with us. Luca, not Luco.
I've heard of them.
Luca
I've heard of them.
is coming on our show for their first time.
Solid.
So very, very excited to have them on.
Can I tell a quick story?
You can tell a quick story.
You can tell a long
And it's
story.
over. No,
Me and Morgan were at this show in West Chicago, and we were watching a band called Spit playing, and he thought it was Luca playing, so he was live on Facebook saying, damn, Luca is killing it right now. And then he ended the video, and right when he ended the live video, the guy's like, all right, what's up? We're Spit. And it was so... I laughed so hard.
Nice. Great going, Morgan.
Was Luca also playing that night?
Yeah, they were playing that night.
It's just...
I just got the band. Yeah, I got it mixed up. I thought they were playing.
Hold on, you're not talking into the microphone.
Yeah,
Here we
no,
go.
I got it confused because they were playing the same night, and yeah, unfortunately, I
Way to go ahead and
totally
erp
biffed
things
it.
up. Always erping everything
Quick
up.
delete.
Delete. For all my wrestling fans, Matt Hardy. Delete.
Nice. Well, that was a great story, Billy. Thank you for sharing an embarrassing
story.
Morgan. The last track of tonight off the Quantum EP.
Everlasting
we heard?
Part 2,
Everlasting.
The Void.
We have a lyric video for it, so check it out. Learn the lyrics and come scream them in our faces when we play.
Woo! Nice.
What was that called again?
Everlasting Part 2, The Void.
Do you guys have a part one?
Yes, we do.
Oh, okay.
Of
Off
our
of the
first
Human
album,
Problem.
yeah.
I was in a band once, and this guy
Your
wrote
band
a part
sucked, doesn't
2.
even matter.
And he didn't write a part 1. No, we did suck. But it was like, why is this called part 2? He's like, well, because I'm gonna write a part 1, but I haven't yet.
He's gonna
So I'm like,
Tarantino it.
Yeah,
So we're gonna
kinda
write
like
part
George
2?
Lucas.
Okay.
George Lucas.
And then he left the band, and then it was a different band.
I just wanted to Johnny Craig it and
He had a
part
vision,
2 everything.
man.
Part 2 it. It's part 2.
So expect Everlasting
Part
Part
5.
3 coming sometime in the future. We never know when, but it'll come sometime.
It will.
come.
Perfect. Well,
Maybe on the new EP.
thank you guys again for coming out all that way to join us
Thanks
for
for having
another
us.
time. It
We
was
love
great
you
to have you
guys.
back. The Quantum EP is sick, and I can't wait to hear the direction that you go next. I've heard great things from Ian. So
That's me.
That's me.
Until next time, until the new music comes out, we wish you guys best of luck on tour with your upcoming shows. And here is the last song of the night.
Shout out to
Everlasting
Stella.
Thank you
Part
very
2.
much.
Stay
Metal
tuned
Experience
for our
having
new-
us on.
Our new song.
wake up, you're going to wake up. And if you're not ready, you're going to stay pretending that you're just a little, poor little me. And since you're all here and engaged in this sort of inquiry and listening to this sort of lecture, I assume that you're all on the process of waking up. Or else you're teasing yourselves with some kind of flirtation with waking up, which you're not serious about. But I assume maybe you are, not serious but sincere, that you are ready to wake up. So then, when you're in the way of waking up and finding out who you really are, what you do is what the whole universe is doing at the place you call here and now. You are something the whole universe is doing in the same way that a wave is something that the whole ocean is doing. The real you is not a puppet which life pushes around. The real deep down you is the whole universe.